In a world where abundance tempts us at every turn, most solutions are temporary, expensive, and fleeting. But there is a different path, quieter and enduring. Extreme minimalism, long explored on this channel, does more than declutter or simplify. It uncovers the hidden architecture of frugal living, teaching us how less can become infinitely more. By stripping away what is unnecessary, it reveals the tools, systems, and habits that allow solutions to last, not just today, but for years to come. Today, we revisit this philosophy, not as a new experiment, but as a continuation of a journey toward freedom. In the next few minutes, we'll explore how extreme minimalism guides us to invest in simplicity, design cost-effective routines, and cultivate frugal solutions that resist the pressures of modern consumerism. This isn't about doing without. It's about building a life where clarity, resilience, and lasting efficiency flow naturally from intentional choices, leaving stress behind and opening space for what truly matters. In cities across North America, from the bustling streets of Portland to the quiet neighborhoods of suburban Melbourne, a subtle revolution is quietly taking shape. Families and individuals are discovering that extreme minimalism is not just a method of decluttering, but a lens through which they can observe the true cost and durability of every choice they make. By stripping life down to its essentials, people begin to see that frugality is not merely about saving money. It is about creating solutions that endure. For instance, a young couple in Austin recently redesigned their living space around a single, multifunctional set of furniture that could adapt as their needs evolved over a decade. Their home became a laboratory for testing what actually adds value and what drains resources, and every decision became deliberate, every purchase intentional. This is the essence of extreme minimalism. It forces us to confront the impermanence of trends, the hidden costs of convenience, and the distractions of abundance. In doing so, it inspires a mindset where solutions are engineered to last, where investments are chosen for longevity rather than novelty, and where creativity emerges from scarcity rather than excess. Even at a subtle level, from the way they organize their closets to how they approach grocery shopping, these individuals learn to craft frugal systems that do not require constant replenishment or replacement. It is a quiet form of mastery over consumption, one that produces not only financial freedom, but a sense of calm and resilience. Extreme minimalism, in this modern context, is no longer an experiment in simplicity. It has become a guiding principle for those who wish to navigate the pressures of contemporary life while building solutions that stand the test of time. When life is distilled to essentials, scarcity no longer feels like a limitation. It becomes a creative force. In communities from the outskirts of Toronto to small towns in Oregon, individuals practicing extreme minimalism have discovered that constraints spark ingenuity. A retired engineer in Vancouver, for example, transformed a single, underused shed into a multifunctional workspace, combining storage, gardening tools, and a compact office that would have otherwise required 3 separate spaces and hundreds of dollars in additional equipment. By embracing fewer resources, he was forced to design systems that were both cost-effective and enduring. Extreme minimalism teaches this same principle on a broader scale. It encourages us to question the necessity of each object, each habit, and each routine. In this questioning, frugal solutions emerge naturally. Rather than constantly buying replacements or following fleeting trends, people begin to craft approaches that last. Whether it is repurposing furniture, reimagining everyday routines, or even rethinking digital tools to minimize waste and subscription fatigue. The discipline of living with less sharpens awareness of what truly matters, prompting a careful balance between efficiency and quality. Over time, these choices accumulate into a life that is not only financially resilient, but emotionally lighter, less burdened by the chaos of excess. Scarcity, when guided by intention and clarity, becomes a subtle teacher, showing that frugal living is not about deprivation but about designing systems that endure. In this sense, extreme minimalism acts as both philosophy and practice, revealing the pathways through which we can live more freely, more lightly, and with solutions that do not collapse under the weight of modern life's temptations. As the lessons of scarcity and ingenuity take root, extreme minimalism begins to shift the way we approach every decision. It is no longer enough to merely avoid waste. One must consider the long-term value of every choice. Across the sunlit suburbs of Sydney and the historic streets of Boston, households are discovering that intentionality transforms ordinary routines into enduring strategies for frugal living. A small family in Melbourne, for instance, replaced multiple single-use kitchen appliances with a few versatile tools carefully selected for durability, efficiency, and multi-purpose functionality. In doing so, they reduced costs, minimized clutter, and eliminated the constant cycle of replacement. Extreme minimalism instills a similar mindset at every level of life, encouraging a deliberate evaluation of what we bring into our homes, what we commit our time to, and how we manage resources. Every object, from a set of tools to the fabric of a wardrobe, is scrutinized not only for its immediate utility, but for its potential to serve consistently over years. This approach fosters frugal solutions that are not reactive but proactive, systems designed to withstand the unpredictability of modern living. Beyond financial savings, the practice cultivates patience, foresight, and resilience. It encourages us to see opportunity where others see scarcity, to innovate within constraints, and to align consumption with long-term well-being. By making choices intentionally, extreme minimalism teaches that frugality is not merely a series of savings, but a philosophy of life in which enduring value becomes the true measure of wealth, and where every decision, small or large, contributes to a life of lasting freedom, simplicity, and calm. When intentional choices become a pattern, extreme minimalism reveals another powerful insight: the creation of habits that endure far beyond fleeting trends. Across neighborhoods from Portland to Canberra, those who embrace this approach notice that their day-to-day actions begin to compound, quietly shaping a life that is not only economical but resilient. A young urban professional in Boston, for instance, replaced frequent, small convenience purchases with weekly, thoughtfully planned trips that allowed him to reduce waste, save money, and gain an unexpected sense of control over his schedule. What once felt like small, ordinary decisions, choosing quality over quantity, repairing instead of replacing, prioritizing multifunctional items, gradually coalesces into a lifestyle where frugal solutions are embedded in the rhythm of daily life. Extreme minimalism encourages the cultivation of habits that outlast the noise of marketing and social pressure, teaching that true efficiency and lasting frugality are born not from occasional efforts, but from consistent, intentional practice. Over time, these habits become automatic, a seamless integration of mindfulness, resourcefulness, and strategic planning. The result is profound. Living with less is no longer a conscious struggle, but a natural expression of one's priorities. Stress diminishes, financial freedom grows, and a sense of inner calm emerges. By allowing systems and routines to solidify through practice, extreme minimalism transforms scarcity from a temporary constraint into a permanent framework for life. In this light, frugal solutions are not isolated victories, but enduring structures, quietly reinforcing a life that is lighter, freer, and better equipped to navigate the unpredictable currents of modern living, while maintaining simplicity and purpose at its core. As sustainable habits settle into daily life, the true reward of extreme minimalism becomes unmistakable: the freedom to live lightly, intentionally, and without unnecessary burden. Across the varied landscapes of North America and Europe, from the quiet suburbs of Melbourne to the scenic riverbanks of Vermont, individuals practicing extreme minimalism report an unexpected clarity. By designing frugal solutions that endure, they have reclaimed both time and energy. Consider a small family in Seattle who replaced decades of disposable, single-purpose goods with a handful of high-quality essentials. Beyond the tangible financial savings, they discovered a profound sense of control and peace. Each item, each routine, deliberately chosen to minimize waste and maximize utility. This freedom is not merely economic. It permeates every corner of life, allowing focus to shift from constant consumption to meaningful experiences, from anxiety over excess to confidence in sufficiency. Extreme minimalism teaches that true frugality is not about restriction, but about liberation. By committing to fewer, better, and longer-lasting choices, we create systems that sustain themselves, reducing the mental and emotional cost of constant replacement. In this way, the philosophy extends beyond possessions to our time, attention, and energy, crafting a life where every decision reinforces durability, efficiency, and calm. It is here, in this space of intentional lightness, that extreme minimalism fulfills its deepest promise: the ability to live freely, without unnecessary attachment, in a manner that is both sustainable and profoundly satisfying. By integrating frugality with mindful design, we gain more than savings. We gain the capacity to navigate modern life with grace, to invest in what truly matters, and to experience the lasting peace that comes from living with intention, simplicity, and resilience. As we step back from the intricate patterns of extreme minimalism, one truth becomes clear. Frugal solutions are not fleeting. They are built, nurtured, and refined through intentional living. By embracing scarcity, designing with purpose, and cultivating habits that endure, we discover a life that is lighter, freer, and deeply resilient. Each choice, no matter how small, contributes to a structure that sustains itself, allowing time, energy, and resources to flow toward what truly matters. This is not merely a philosophy. It is a practical framework for living in a world of constant noise and excess, where lasting solutions are rare and precious. If this exploration has sparked your curiosity, there is much more to uncover. Journey deeper into the principles of minimalist living through our other playlists, where concepts like microtopia reveal how small, intentional spaces can unlock extraordinary freedom, and corporate minimalism shows how simplicity can transform the modern workplace into a sanctuary of focus and efficiency. Every video builds on these ideas, offering new insights, practical guidance, and inspiration to live with clarity, purpose, and calm. So, take a moment, breathe, and consider, how might your life change if every decision you made was designed to last, every resource thoughtfully aligned with your values, and every habit built to endure? Explore further, dive into our content, and let the principles of extreme minimalism guide you toward a life that is not only frugal but profoundly free.